The introduction of Assassin's Creed Unity begins with a cinematic cutscene that sets the stage for the game's story. The cutscene shows the French Revolution taking place in 18th century Paris, with the city in turmoil and the people rising up against the ruling monarchy. The cutscene then shifts to a prison cell, where the main character, Arnaud Dorian, is being held. The player takes control of Arnaud as he escapes from prison and makes his way through the streets of Paris. As Arnaud navigates through the city, he is introduced to the Assassin's Brotherhood, a secret organization that has been fighting for freedom and justice throughout history. Arnaud is recruited by the assassins and trained to become a skilled assassin himself. The introduction of the game also sets up the main objective of the game, which is to uncover the truth behind a conspiracy that threatens the fate of the French Revolution and the Assassin's Brotherhood. Throughout the introduction, players will be introduced to the game's mechanics, controls, and gameplay, which include parkour, stealth, and combat. The game's open-world environment and historical setting are also established.
Assassin's Creed Unity was generally considered a commercial success, but it also faced a number of controversies, including technical issues and a lack of content. The game had a strong debut, with sales surpassing 4 million copies within its first 6 weeks of release, making it one of the best-selling games of the year. However, it faced a significant amount of technical issues and bugs, which caused a negative reaction from critics and players alike. Assassin's Creed Unity received mixed to positive reviews upon its release in 2014 on Metacritic, a website that aggregates reviews from critics. The game holds a score of 73 out of 100 for the Xbox One version, 72 out of 100 for the PlayStation 4 version, and 71 out of 100 for the PC version. Many critics praised the game's visuals and its setting in 18th century Paris during the French Revolution, which was considered a highlight of the game. However, the game was criticized for its technique. Assassin's Creed Unity faced a significant number of technical issues and bugs upon its release in 2014. Some of the most commonly reported problems include poor frame rate. Many players reported that the game's frame rate would drop significantly, making the game feel choppy and unresponsive, crashes and freezes. Some players experienced crashes and freezes while playing the game, which would force them to restart the game or their console. Long load times. Players reported that the game was. Assassin's Creed Unity has a mission that takes place in Arnaud's childhood. It is called Establishing an Assassin, which is the first mission of the game. This mission serves as a tutorial and introduction to the game's mechanics and controls, and it also sets the stage for the game's story. In this mission, players see a cutscene that shows Arnaud's childhood, where his father is killed in front of him. The game then shifts to the present day, where Arnaud is being held in a prison cell. Playing Assassin's Creed Unity after 9 years could still be possible. However, there are a few things to keep in mind. Firstly, the game was released in 2014 and it may not be compatible with newer versions of operating systems and hardware. It's best to check the game's system requirements to make sure your computer or console can run the game. Secondly, it's possible that the game may not have been updated to fix bugs or glitches that were present at launch. Playing the game after 9 years could mean that you'll encounter some of these issues, which could affect your enjoyment of the game. Lastly, it's worth noting that the game's multiplayer mode may no longer be supported, meaning that you may not be able to play with other players online. That being said, if you can get the game running and you're willing to put up with some of the technical issues, you could still have a good time playing Assassin's Creed Unity after 9 years. The game's story, characters, and Paris setting are still considered highlights of the game and worth experiencing. Assassin's Creed Unity received positive reviews for its graphics upon release in 2014. The game features detailed environments and historical landmarks that are faithful to the 18th century Paris setting. The city was rendered in great detail, with a variety of locations and landmarks, such as Notre Dame and the Palace of Versailles, that were accurately represented. The game also featured realistic character models and animations, which helped to create a believable and immersive experience. The lighting and weather effects were also praised for adding to the game's atmosphere and realism. However, it's worth noting that the game's graphics were not without their issues. Some players reported that the game's frame rate would drop significantly, making the game feel choppy and unresponsive, and others reported that the game would take a long time to load.
That's it for today. I would love for you to check it out for more gaming-related content. Hit the subscribe button and join my community of fellow gamers. Thanks.